Okay, now we're going to be going on to an adult style eye. With an adult style eye, this would mainly be for like a male, just because of the straightness of it up here. But for a girl, you can make it a little bit more curved, not as dramatic of a curve as you did for the girl one earlier. But an adult eye is usually more narrow. And so with it being more narrow, the pupil is going to be more rounded. So like before, you're going to go through the same exact procedures. And how I'm inking this is really how you would start out drawing this. Like you would draw that line just to get where you're going to start the eye at. You would draw your secondary line next. And then starting from the first line you drew, you're going to come over and you're going to draw the top line of your border. You'd come through with the second line and draw the second line of the top border. Now, when making the edge of the eye, you'd come through the inside first. And then, in that same stroke, go straight back up. You're going to do it just like that. Now, with creating the eye, it's going to be trial and error unless you are good at drawing circles and ovals. If you're good at drawing circles and ovals, then it'll be pretty easy for you to do, but if not, it'll be a trial and error process. Then comes the pupil, glare, depth, and connecting bridge underneath. You can go a little further. There we go. And connecting bridge. And that's where you'd stop for manga. Well, no. JK, you gotta ink. Haha. Look at me, I'm getting ahead of myself. Now remember, if you want to come up with your own style of eye, that is completely cool. You know, originality is always respected. But again, as I said previously, don't try to create your own eye for characters that already exist. Because in a sense, that's kind of plagiarism. Because you're taking someone else's artwork and just adding your own little slight detail to it and calling it yours. So make sure that when you're drawing characters that already exist, like Bleach from Ichigo from Bleach, that you try your best to draw the type of eyes that he has and not your own style of eyes. Like if you look at my profile picture for my page, I came up with that character, and so I gave him my own eyes. But if I were to use like someone else's character, then I would have to draw the eyes that that person originally drew for the character, and not my own. Okay. So basically coloring is just the same all throughout. But with an adult's eye, they're not going to have the same amount of color though. Like with a girl's eye, you're going to want to give it more color just because, you know, the whole wide-eyed girl, bright, colorful out there. You're going to want to give them more color in their eye and a little more detail with the coloring. With a teen boy or child, you're going to just want to give it not as much as a girl, but pretty close to it. And for an adult, you just give them a fair, decent amount of color. Like I'm only going to do 2 layers. just to give it that color. And that's an adult eye.